Hey everyone, welcome back to episode 10 of the Nav.it files. Erin, we've made it to 10. This is very exciting.
Double digits.
I know, right? I am back with you from San Francisco for my last day here, and Erin's in Seattle. So a little bit of a mashup here. And let's dive right into it. Erin, what's your self-care today?
So we were talking about how it's hard as a small business owner, as an entrepreneur, to get self-care. But one thing I realized that I do, and it's not as often as I like, but I at least try and schedule one personal friend activity sometime in a month. So, and that I try and make it something that is fun. Yeah, like something I don't ever get, like, I don't know. Sometimes it's a concert. Sometimes it's my girlfriend took me to Kamala Harris to see her last month. Like, right. All, like, fascinating. I'm shopping around. I'm looking. Yeah.
You gotta get on the Bloomberg train now.
I'm so ready for the Bloomberg train. I'm so excited. But anyways, we're digressing.
We can't get political. I'll come back to
yeah, sorry. Okay. Sorry. So I try and do one thing with like things that I wouldn't do, right? So otherwise, whether it be concerts or even movies, or I like the symphony. I'm old school, and like I'm with the 80-year-olds, but I love this. So stuff like that. So once a month, I try and make sure that I get a babysitter. If you have a partner, get your husband to, and that's different than date night. When I was married, which, like, I've been happily married, I've been happily divorced. So take whatever you want from my advice, my advice structure. But we really planned a date night too. Like, but that's outside of the date night. It's not the husband. It's not the guy that you have to deal with and your kid all the time. It's like literally a friend or someone outside of your kind of world.
I love it. And that actually prompted me. I was like, oh, I don't have a self-care today, but I do, because John and I had lunch together. And like, that doesn't happen. And I think that, and even like when we have, it's just during the weeknight, like you're watching TV, you're like conversing when you're cooking, but you're not like having that kind of fun interaction. And I think you're right. Like, I need to prioritize a date night and a friendship night a couple times, definitely the date night a couple times in the month, and the friendship night like once a month, because it's super important. And it's like also friendship when you're not talking about work, like talk about your friends.
Yes. It's like the catch up, decompress. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, we're speeding.
Okay, we're good. Yeah.
I was gonna say we're speeding.
I know we're going. I could go on forever.
Erin and I are doing a million things. So, marketing play for the day is a quick one. Why you need a newsletter? So a lot of people, maybe in an older bracket or demographic, are saying like, why are you guys doing a newsletter? Why are you spending time on that every week? Like, you have an editorial director. Why? Because I'm inundated by all this shit. Yeah. Well, I will tell you, because a lot of people, I think, in our generation, and a lot of people that are interested in reading something valuable to them, are very captivated through your newsletter, because this is where you as a brand have an opportunity to create brand loyalty. Yes. And loyalty away from maybe your tangible product. So our newsletter that's, served us well is like some of our highest clicks are actually on our spotlights. It's not on like the financial term of the day, or it's not on like what Erin and I are doing. It's on like real stories from real navigators in our community. And I think it's because this has created a sense of community, which is low key, which people can interact with on like this third party level, where they're just reading about real women. It's not like women at the top of their game. Sometimes it is, and most of the time it is, because most women are, but at the same time, it's like, they're not influencers, or they're not CEOs. Like, they're literally women just trying to navigate the system, and there's some kind of level of comfort there. And also from a strategic standpoint, always have a newsletter or some kind of downloadable, digestible content, because it is a great way to capture lead information. Like, I don't care if you're a small business. I don't care if you're a brick and mortar. I don't care if you're B2B, weird third-party software that I don't understand. Yeah. Have a newsletter, or have some equivalent that allows you at least once a month to give your community an update. Yeah. And it creates an authenticity far beyond just a paying subscriber or customer. Totally. Okay. I did the play. Erin, your turn. What's our financial tip for the day? Okay, Erin. Okay, Erin, what is our financial tip for the day?
Okay, so today we're talking about compound interest, which is always exciting because it is such a beautiful thing for you to build wealth with. It's also a scary thing on the debt side, but so it's something so important. It's like fundamental in our financial system that to understand. So compound interest, and someone has said, I don't think this is true, but Einstein said compound interest is the most powerful thing in the universe. I don't know if that's actually true, if Einstein actually said that, but the financial industry loves to say it because what it does is it's the whole premise of how you build passive income. So that's literally you put your money into something and it grows without you having to do anything, right? So that's, So the idea is you put $100 into an investment vehicle, it gains 2% that year. So now you have $102, but the next year you don't necessarily, or it depends, sometimes this could be monthly, but usually it's annually. The next year, you don't just make the 2% on the $100, you make it on the $102, which means you get another 3.5. Right? So now you're up to $105, and then you're growing every year or every whatever the cycle of the interest is on that. So it's an awesome way to, that's why people say to invest and to put your money in places where you're trying to get a return, an interest, compound interest on your product. The inverse is also, this is like the key thing about the financial industry, again, to understand the inverse is true on debt. So the way your debt works is you have $100 of debt, you now owe $102. It's going to keep compounding up for you at the 5 and up. And the beautiful irony and horribleness of our system is the amount you can make on the compound interest investing side is never going to be as high as what they're making on you on the debt side. So they're, 2%. There's on average, they say after 30 years of investment in the market, you're going to get 6% is a good return. So 6%, that's it. And then on the credit card side, they're taking 25% APR compounding interest on your debt. So that's never going to be equal. That's why you have to be careful of debt and you have to really understand investing.
I love it. Thank you so much. I would also as I love to talk about property, that is also something to consider in your property value, because if you choose the right location for your actual home, or if you're trying to invest in alternative assets in the middle of Georgia, wherever, you need to make sure that you're choosing a property that increases in value and does not say depreciate. Like your car depreciates in value, just as when you buy, a piece of property, you kind of think about it in compound interest. You kind of think of if I have to sell it in 5 years, where's the market theoretically going to be at? How strong is it going to be at? And then where's it going to be in 10? I think it's kind of the same way in a certain
totally. Let's do the next one on real estate, because that's a whole interesting world that you love. I know. Yeah, I think
on forever. Okay, so let's wind up with my favorite topic, real talk. And it's something that you actually said to me a couple of days ago, which didn't resonate with me until somebody on LinkedIn said something about the only C-suite winning, or the only females winning in the C-suite. And I wanted to be yes, but then I didn't also want to be that seems like it's so competitive. So I want you, as your real talk today, to describe to our audience the difference between equality and matriarchy.
Oh God, I love this topic. Okay.
If you can just go down to a minute, go.
So the idea of patriarchy is one gender is dominating the legal power financial structures, right? And they are building it around their narrative, and they're building it around protecting them as the dominant gender. Whatever. The same exact thing is true from a matriarchal standpoint, right? Where the lineage of power and finances and legal systems are protected within the female gender and the female narrative. And you see there have been matriarchal where especially in kingdoms or queendoms where I know the right, which so fascinating, right? You see different social dynamics play out when there is a matriarchal system that tend to be more communal, but it still means that there is one dominant group that is controlling the other half of society. So from an equality perspective and equity and equality are also really interesting. But from an equality perspective, it's literally, this is like the first time in pretty much world history where there's a moment in time where we can ask the world to say, what are we doing? Can we do away with these archies, these patriarchies and matriarchies? And can we talk about what true equality of the two genders looks like? Like my experiences, my opportunities are, specifically opportunities, are going to be equal to yours. And yet I'm going to navigate it in my feminine way, right? This is the beauty of the Nav.it concept. It's like this financial system, all things being considered, now that we can access credit on our own terms without a man signing, now that we can access the labor market, now that we have birth control so we don't have to have 500 babies, like, you know, all these things, now that that is true, what does it look like from a legal standpoint of like, we can now do this, so where we should be equal in the way that it is, the opportunities are given to us and we are valued. And there's going to be a difference in the way we navigate it because we have babies and they don't. Like,
I love it. We're going to dive into a part 2 of this next week. So thank you guys for letting us tee that up today. I'm really excited to get into the more macros of our real talk, like
so fun,
matriarchy and equality. But until then, have an awesome weekend and we will get back to you on Monday. Thanks so much for watching.
Bye.